The Culdee Fell Railway was an engineering marvel. A beautiful railway built on the Culdee Fell, it was also incredibly dangerous. Sadly, Culdee was away for repairs, and the other engines were forced to build an extension to the Skarloey Railway. Sodor engines would sometimes take tourists up through the mountains and on the Culdee Fell Bridge, which ran across the Culdee Valley. The bridge was unstable, though, and couldn't handle the weight of heavier engines like Gordon. That's why Zack was the one to carry the trains on that bridge, and was talking about this with the other engines, but they didn't care in the least.
A load of nonsense, if you ask me. I bet I could go on that bridge if I wanted to.
Oh, Gordon, don't be so disregarding of your health.
Pah, you bossy boilers. Is that a challenge to cross the bridge?
You can't. You would fall down into the valley and get stuck in the ground, slowly buried as the rain washes down your boiler and sinks you further into the ground, slowly growing foliage as you take your last breath. Zack rolled over to the station. The people got in, and he started off. Zack started off on his journey, but he had a pain in his side all morning. When he was sent off from the other railway, they neglected to repair his fuel tank, which had been leaking, but the driver never noticed.
Steady, old boy, we'll do it,
his driver encouraged. But as they were halfway on the Culdee Fell Bridge, Zack stopped dead in his tracks. The passengers panicked as Zack's driver couldn't get him started. The engines below watched in horror. Zack's driver telephoned Sir Topham Hatt, asking for another engine. No other engines were available, so he asked Gordon,
"Do you think you can do it?"
I'll try, sir.
Gordon rolled across the line and eventually made it to the bridge. Gordon, good thing you're here. Just give me a push and we'll be off.
On one condition.
Gordon, don't be this ridiculous.
I'll help as long as you convince Sir Topham Hatt to give the express back.
Gordon, I was going to do that anyways.
Oh, okay then.
Gordon puffed behind and he started off. His wheels were turning, but he tried to puff along, but he couldn't. He tried with all his might as the bridge started to moan and quiver. The bridge is cracking, Gordon. We must hurry, Zack yelled anxiously. Gordon puffed with all his might, bolts popping off his boiler. And when Gordon felt he couldn't go any further, they were rolling down the mountain. The driver quickly applied the brakes, and they landed safely at the next station. Sir Topham Hatt was very pleased with Gordon.
"You have done quite well, Gordon, and I shall reward you with a new coat of paint."
Oh, thank you, sir,
said Gordon, beaming.
I hate being on these rushed lines. Besides, you haven't told me why we're out here to begin with.
Patience, Diesel. The dynamite will be delivered to this exact spot, and soon our plan will be set in motion.
Finally, we shall have victory at last.